if anyone wants to stick their phone up and record the session, feel free. But basically, there's another holder, and you can just put it on the floor. So, for now, we're just going to keep this arm out of the game. I'm going to ignore the right arm. But what I want to try and do on this is talk about, like, there's actually two ways of us creating connection in this kind of position. Good? Yeah, so yeah, good. So, and it might be better to actually do this. Let's just do this without you. Just put your hands on my shoulder again, and go. Take your hands off the mat. Get on your toes. So there's actually, I think, two ways of creating the connection here. There's not one. There's two. So I think that the kind of traditional one Matt shows. I say traditional because it's just what I first seen this shown. I got it from him. Is I'm going up into P. So it's kind of like an upward connection. So what Matt talks about is you get this foot, you connect your shoulder, and we take the energy basically from the foot all the way through. So, and I get to my knees. The other way I see this shown, and I think it's worth you playing with, is I connect the shoulder, and I need to keep this hand effectively here. I would be whizzering Pete typically here. You have an underhook, so I end up on the outside. So as I'm doing this, instead what I do is I connect my shoulder and I begin to walk my feet against it. So I connect the shoulder and move the base. And this is what Pedro Sauer shows a lot. He connects the shoulder by moving he connects, but he moves his feet away. He just basically shuffles it. And when that happens, I think the basic idea is the guy has to come with you. If he doesn't come with you, he can't put the shoulder back down. And by him then moving into you in a very linear fashion, typically, he's beginning to give you the energy you need to either, come out, reverse the bridge and come out of the back, or if your elbow's on the hip, to try to get the reversal to the skinny X, the dead angle. But basically those are the two setups. So just having a play to begin with the two variations and starting to try and use them. So, I'm here, I connect my shoulder, and I can just go all the way up. And I go into him. Or I connect my shoulder, I visualize him, really putting pressure with this. He's got this underhook. And for whatever reason, I just can't get that going. I'm still going to connect the shoulder, and I begin to move my base away from him to get my shoulder to connect. Yeah. So in reality, this would look a bit more like he's got the underhook. So it's this kind of situation or this kind of situation. He's very, very close on the shoulder. So I connect the shoulder because I want the shoulder connected. But I don't feel like I can thread the needle. Does that make sense? Yeah. But I can start moving my feet and taking him with me. That's where we're kind of going. But just to begin, let's have the hand on the shoulder, and we'll go from there on it. And we'll just play with the two variations, see what feels comfortable. Don't move that foot. Yeah, just keep that foot. Leave that foot until you literally can't move anymore. Push from it. Yeah, you can still get there. Beautiful. Notice you finish in a sprawl. When you do that, you finish your universal sprawl. Yeah. Which is the kind of position you end up in a lot. Connect the shoulder and move the base.
Now we move both feet at the same.
Yeah, but push your shoulder into me first. Connect the shoulder, And keep your shoulder up, and now try to move your feet, just walk all the way through. Can you keep pushing the shoulder from the field? Yeah. Yeah. So imagine when you're doing this, imagine actually okay. Yeah. Something like this, right? And so push your shoulder into me. Yeah. And get this arm, go lower on this arm, around my elbow. Picture like you're trying to pinch my elbow. So what I mean, like you're trying to get this bit as low as you can down the lever while still getting your hand. I put your hand like to inside of this part. Yeah. Yes. Now push your shoulder into me. Yeah. Now walk your feet away to push your shoulder in. Yeah. Now I push into you. Always wrong. Just go with it. Just turn all. Just explode this way. Just explode this way. Yeah.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So if I resist you turning into me, I have to start giving you a force, like we've just done in standard. Yeah. When you feel that, that's when you try and go. Yeah. So it's a very simple, system, but like just because it's simple, I mean it doesn't make it easy, but it like works at every level. The basic idea of it works. It's fundamental.
Physics,
yeah.
The more you walk your feet this way,
Yeah.
the more kind of rather than driving into the next little drive, kind of drive.
It's good.
Yeah. It's kind of stupid really.
It's almost two separate OPV trains.
Yeah.
Not anything but this goes over. Can I see that?